Wanna make love on the moon, dancing to my tunes. Is it too much? It's not too much. I wanna be on forest if wishes were horses. Is it too much? It's not too much. If I want money, me, I do what dance I got to say. If I want money, me, I'ma buy my shojo, I'ma buy my foya, I'ma buy me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. Yala, yeah, anybody, anybody, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wanna wake up in a Lamborghini. I want to fly for Santorini, make money to Sicily. Oh, yeah, yeah. If I want money, me, I do what dance I got to say. If I want money, me, I'ma buy my shojo, I'ma buy my foya, I'ma buy me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. Yala, yeah, anybody, anybody, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't do that, oh, Lordy, made you, oh, yeah.
DJ Smith, bring the beat back.
Yeah, beautiful morning to everyone out there listening to me from different parts of the country and different parts of the world. To all our listeners in diaspora, all our listeners in Nigeria, thank you very much for listening and thank you very much for staying tuned. It's that program again this week, the Spotlight with Debby Oluchi. And on the program, in case it's your first time on joining us on the program, this is a platform where we get to have exclusive interviews with a lot of people who have made a name in their area of influence. And at times on the program, we also discuss trending issues as it relates to our country, Nigeria. And on today's program, I'm going to be having a very special guest on the program today, who is actually a veteran in the Nollywood movie industry. A lot of people have been, chatting me up, asking me, are you sure he's going to come? Are you sure we're going to have him and all that? I've heard a lot of comments from different people. Okay, let me use this medium to announce to everyone listening to me now that my guest is live in the studios of Pep Radio Ibadan, and shortly before in some minutes time I will have my guest on the show to talk about the Nollywood industry and also talk about his journey so far in the movie industry. Yes, in case you don't know who my guest is, if you are following me on my social media platforms, you will know who my guest for today is. But in case you don't know who my guest for today is, he is the person of Mr. Ajibola Dabor. You know that man with the white beards you watch in the movie? Yes, he's live here in the studio, and you're going to be hearing from him live and direct. Okay, don't forget that you can be part of the program anything from 30 minutes past 10 a.m. The studio line will be open for the callers to call into the studio. And in case you have any contribution on the program, in case you have any question to ask my guest this morning, from anything from 30 minutes past 10, the studio line is going to be open. Then you can call to ask your question and also make your contribution on the program today. Okay, let me quickly give a brief background of my guest for today. Okay, he is a famous and award-winning Nollywood actor, a producer, a script writer, a director, a TV personality, an entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. You know, that got me. You know, I'm bringing a philanthropist to my show today, so you know what to expect. Okay, so he was born in Lagos, but he's originally from Owo Town in Ondo State. He graduated from the University of Lagos with a bachelor's degree in fine arts. I think I have a question to ask there. He pursued further education in the United States of America, and he attended Columbia State University and graduated with a master's degree in mass media. You know, he has featured in a whole lot of movies, both in Yoruba and in English movies. Okay, so right about now, in some couple of seconds, I'm going to bring up my guest. And the next voice you're going to hear is that of my guest. Don't go away. Really?
DJ Smith, bring the beat back.
Smith's Beats.
Okay, so we're going into the program in full right now. So the next voice you're gonna hear is the voice of my guest. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Wow. That's the voice. That's the voice. You're welcome on the program today, sir.
It is my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's the voice of my guest. And for those watching live on Facebook, you have the privilege of seeing the face of my guest on the program. And you're wondering, are you for real? I can hear someone saying, are you serious? Do we have him there? Yes, we have him right here in the studios of Pep Radio. Okay, sir, let's just swing into action. Don't forget, you could call the studio line, but we have 15 minutes to open the studio line, so you can call anything from... People are already calling in. The studio line will be open for you to call. I'm not going to pick any call now till 10:30. So just hold on, and you don't worry. You speak to our guest any moment from now. Okay, so you said you had some corrections to make concerning the history about you that I read.
Yes, I sure do.
Okay, so what could that be?
Well, I'm sure a lot of people have read some things about me online.
Mm-hmm.
Some journalists make up some stories or didn't confirm source of the information.
Okay.
Yes. I never attended University of Lagos.
Wow, that's
No.
serious.
Yeah, no. But I did a semester at University of Ibadan, and that was social service. Social studies in 1979.
Wow.
Never even finished the first semester before I left.
Okay.
However, all Eds was correct.
Okay.
Okay, but because I think I've got a lot of colleagues around my time who
At-
studied Unilag, and I
Okay.
did a lot of theatrical work, especially stage,
Oh,
through
okay.
the national the theater department of Lagos
Legacy University.
I
Okay.
think that's where that came out.
Oh, okay. So you are not a guy. I think what I'm trying to say there is that maybe University of Lagos is trying to hijack you to be a graduate of your university. Yeah, actually, because they're seeing the work you're doing out there, that you're doing good, so they want to at least name. Oh, you want to mention your name. Oh, he's a graduate of University of Lagos. Well, I'm happy you're mentioning University of Ibadan, because I love it when I hear people who attended University of Ibadan, because I am a graduate of University of
Oh,
Ibadan
that's
too.
that's good.
Okay, and also I also read online, because I think we need to make get things straight here, that
Yeah.
you were born in 1942, and that was as at 2018 that you were already 75, and someone said, oh, he looks so younger than his age. So how true is that?
That is very, very far from being true.
Wow.
But I tell you something. I left Nigeria with
Okay.
a head full of hair, afro hair, curly hair, and a
Okay.
black beard,
Oh.
and returned gray.
Wow.
So a lot of them never even knew who I was when I first
Because
came
the
back.
person that went outside the
quite
country is different from the person.
And I
that-
never even came back home throughout the 90s. However, in the 80s, I was coming back to do some series on TV, which I think we will mention as time as the program
Okay,
goes on.
okay.
Some series and some stage programs. So a lot of them have seen me as old men or old man from the time I came back.
Oh,
So they can
okay.
make up their stories.
Oh, all right.
But I'll tell you something now. I'm in my 60s.
Whoa, really? Well, no wonder someone said you're actually not looking your age when the person read that you're 75. No, he doesn't look it.
No,
So I
no.
can imagine.
I think my
right now.
big sister just clocked 70
Whoa,
2 days ago.
whoa. Okay, so I think journalists out there should please correct that, because every blog I read about you read that you are 75.
Do you know I actually went to somebody's page and I dropped a message and wrote my date of birth there, that please correct this. Okay? Sometimes I enjoy the attention when they say, uncle or daddy, you look so young for your
Young,
age. Sometimes
yeah.
I enjoy it. But all the same, I'm not afraid of getting old, because I've enjoyed my life and I'm aging gracefully, thank God.
Okay, so let's just talk about your profession. You are a notable face in the movie industry, especially in Nigeria, and I discovered that you are not only in the Nollywood Yoruba, you also act I have seen you in more of English movies than Yoruba movies. Although someone said we don't have English movies in Nigeria.
But we do.
Okay.
We do.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, at what point did you start your career in the movie industry?
Okay. Movie industry as it is in Nigeria today. That's what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Nollywood. Because
Nollywood.
we were before Nollywood.
Okay.
Nollywood met people like me here.
Already acting.
We're already here. Nollywood was something in the 90s. It wasn't 92 or 93. I don't know exactly because I wasn't in Nigeria.
Okay.
But I'll give you a brief of this.
Okay.
Ajibola Dabor's career did not start with acting.
Okay.
My career started with dance and music.
Wow, really?
Okay.
Okay.
Late 70s and the 80s, if you get to National Theatre and you run into an actor or an actress, it's a combination of a dancer, a singer, or an actor and all that. Most of us, we did all that, So I've been acting from primary, high school and all that, but we're talking about professional now.
Yeah, professional.
For example, my first stage play that I came to, I actually brought my theater ensemble to dance National Theatre, dance in a program, and then the producer director then saw me and they wanted me to do something and was amazed with my voice and my delivery, and then I ended up playing a sub lead for that character, and that was 1980. That was on stage. Okay, and from there, and I never looked back. But at that time, I was working into leaving the country.
Okay.
I never left my theater ensemble. Okay, that was how I started.
Okay.
Okay, so I eventually took the theater ensemble out of Nigeria It was a 60-man dance group or
Okay.
theater association.
Okay.
We went on tour of Europe, on tour of the US, and then when I took a break to get back into school, and the rest is probably on the net.
Well, I hope what we have on the land is actually the correct thing, though. Okay, so you started up acting on stage.
Yes.
And now, because recently I really don't see more of stage play.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So compared to comparing stage and screen, what would you say is the reason why we don't really have stage plays now?
Well, first of all, we do have stage plays. However, you're quite correct to say it's very, very minimal right now.
Minimal, yeah.
And something you need to understand is going out to the cinemas or the theater to watch something has to also do with the system of government. The security is not there for people. People are not comfortable in stepping out, taking your family to go and watch a play and stay out late.
Yeah.
Instead, you are afraid of your life, you are afraid for the traffic, you have so many things.
A lot of things.
And
Yeah.
by the time you get home, there's no light when you get home. So why suffer yourself? One. And then number two, running a theater has become so expensive. Yeah. So expensive. You struggle to write a play, struggle to look for the money because there's hardly any sponsorship for stage plays.
Stage.
And then you have managed to get this money, and then you want to pay for fuel to run this thing through. It is just cumbersome. So people are staying away unless you are lucky to have a kind of sponsorship,
Okay.
which is hardly ever forthcoming. So that's so that combined with security, and that it has taken the interest away. And then you have to understand something that this box called television,
Okay.
it has taken so much from that.
Yeah.
People's listening span has really, really shortened. Okay, so if you watch TV, for example, you will realize that scenes are changing really fast and colors and all that, so that I can hold your attention. But
Yeah.
for play, where there's dialogue is long, and then sometimes people might just even doze off.
Yeah. I can
So
imagine.
all these things are there. So for you to put a play on stage today, you have to try and borrow some things from the modern technology, which means your acts and scenes are moving so fast, and then your actors must be able to hold the audience attention. And then, most significantly, money, what comes from it. We used to be at National Theatre rehearsing a play for 3 months, 4 months. We present this thing, we are still happy, we're not getting paid. No actor is ready for that anymore. Today, if you want to have Ajibola Dabor for 3-4 hours a day on your movies, you better have some money. But then, so I can't go. It's difficult for me now to leave family expenses and go and be rehearsing for 3 months on a play that I'm not going to really get so much from it. So unless there is money put down by a body that has a swollen wallet, and then I can know that after these 3-4 months, when I go home, I can still pay my bills, and then my children can still smile.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
those are the things that are actually affecting stage plays. But some most people are working on it and trying to make sure we bring it back.
Okay, I'm still going to talk around stage play and screen. In terms of originality of content and production, which would you say is more original? Is it stage play or screenplay?
I do understand, but I wonder what you mean by original, because what we have done, and which is the reason why Nollywood movies is not effectively competing with the Western world, is because what we have done is that we have moved our stage plays to screen. That's why a lot of times our movies seems to go, kind of slow. It is still drama. So that's what we have done. Maybe unconsciously, really. We have moved the way we do things. Right now, it's just that it's a stage play. You see them recording it.
Yeah.
That's why you see our movies, you still see Olori B, you still see people sit around, form V shape, semicircle, and everybody must talk.
Talk.
That's because our orientation is stage. And even those actors who were never on stage, when they what they watch coming up, it's what they emulate. And then what they see in their community. It's like in dance you have community choreography. Then in theater now we have community acting. This the matriarchal head or the patriarchal head, they must all talk. Whereas when you watch the Western world, you don't have to be in this, the circle for you so camera can see you. Because it's motion picture. Things are constantly moving, but we are getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there actually.
So they are both original.
Oh, okay.
They're both original.
Okay. You said something which I actually picked on, and you're trying to talk about how Nollywood could be placed side by side with probably Hollywood and all that. Do you think that we have what it takes to compete with Hollywood?
Okay. The question is not do we have what it takes, because we do.
Okay.
But are we using it? No. Are we there? Not at all. Okay. With due respect to both my colleague and my junior ones, and maybe there's some senior ones I don't really know in the industry, we are getting carried away because we are placed number 3 in the world. But if we want to be honest with ourselves, no, that is not true. We are being placed number 3 because of what we churn out. Because of the number of home videos we throw out there. Okay. But of the contents and movies that is worth presenting in a world arena, it's very minimal. But we do have it. We do have some very good actors, fantastic actors. If that needs good directing.
Okay.
And we have very very few good directors who can measure up to,
the global standard.
But believe me, it's coming on. I've worked with some young ones now. Maybe they are, who's left school, who did not just say hands-on training thing, and who are now moving so fast, and that gladdens my heart because I know that when we move on, they will carry along and they're going to take it to a better place.
Okay, we hope so. We look forward to having that in the nearest future. Let's talk about the influx of newbies into the industry, because I see a whole lot of people. You see this person, I'm a producer. You see this person, I'm a director, I'm a scriptwriter, and you have a whole lot of people coming into the industry. What exactly can you say about this, especially when you have quacks coming into the industry?
Well, that is the word. Without being insulted to anyone, when you have an industry where there's no specific or eye-marked yardstick to measure, to those who listen to me, either I'm on set because I'm always teaching, either I have a workshop or I'm on set working with these young ones or some colleagues, I'm constantly teaching. Because if we have missed out on something. Everybody wants to be a star.
That's it.
Everybody wants to be in front of the camera. So an industry where there's no setup thing that without acquiring this, you cannot be an actor. So we have association of movie producers, but they cannot stop you from producing if you have money. All you got to do is pay your fee, and then you produce movie, which is quite wrong. 99% of our producers don't even know what a producer is. Most of them cannot even write feasibility studies or understand market study or see what demographic or genre of people are you actually producing this movie for. They just produce. And then there are some sects too that they believe they are good in acting. And nobody's going to cast them because they don't trust them. So you look for some money and produce a movie.
Produce your own movie.
Star yourself.
I can imagine.
So not to put them down, but with all that, it's helping the industry grow. But believe me, whichever way you look at it, it's going to still help to move the industry on.
Okay.
It's not happening just here alone. It's because you don't know. I spent a lot of years in the States.
Okay.
I started movie making in America. And there are a lot of movies they made in Hollywood that never made it to the cinema.
Yeah.
Some made movies and went bankrupt. We don't hear of that here.
Yeah, of course.
You
we
know,
don't.
I remember going through the Bill Cosby, who was very, very successful in TV series. It tried to move into big screen several times but failed. The Chin family, all of them, they're in Hollywood, but they're fantastic and successful actors. But trying to cross into producing, they never made it. You know, so it's going to happen here. You cannot believe that a lot of producers have produced a movie that is in their cupboard.
Sure.
Nobody's buying it.
Okay, okay. I don't know how true this is because I also read online that at I think 2015 you went into politics and all that. Now I want to ask what is the input of the government into the industry? Because I've heard people in the industry say that okay, we don't really have support from the government, we don't really have probably financial support and all that from the government. What would you say this is actually true, or how would you say the government has helped to make this industry what it is today?
Okay. Is the government contributing? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, if you compare it with what was happening in the past. But this contribution is mostly misplaced. Okay. It's misplaced. It is not saying, okay, I gave 250 million to the industry. To do what? To do what? Not say because we have some fine faces or some guys who have some good connection in the presidency or with the governors,
Okay.
and then they become the people in charge of this 2 billion naira given to the industry. How does that help the industry? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
The recount of accountability of these things. So it is not just to give your child money, but you want to monitor what your child does
done with the money.
And then again, I hope some of my colleagues and producers are listening. There are some things we can also do in the industry that we are lacking that can force the government to do more for us. Everybody is talking about moving from oil, for example. We want to go into tourism.
Okay.
They say now, each time we talk about tourism now, the minister will talk and mention Nollywood. But is Nollywood doing what we should be doing to really move our tourism to where it is? No. Not because we don't want to, but we have a problem of religion. It has clouded our vision. A lot of us are afraid of that. If we write or produce something that is really, really African or Nigerian that can portray our culture, you will insult or offend your own religion. It is very, very wrong. For example, you will never watch an Indian movie where they insult the Hindu.
That's true.
They will put their cow on the screen for you and put ornaments on this cow and put gold. But in Nollywood, you will see where a king who is saying, I want to hold on to the tradition or religion of my people. And one boy who revolted against the father will come back and knock two woods together, make cross, and do this Jesus name, and the king will die. That is real stupidity. But you can still write how Christianity has changed some things, or Islam has changed some things for us. But don't forget something. We were before they.
That's
Okay.
true.
So things like that. And before I let you go on, there's something I don't want to forget.
Okay.
See, no matter how expensive your church is here, if your foundation is laid with gold and the roof is with diamond, no foreigner is going to pay for flight to come and see your church or your mosque. They will come here and watch Ogun Festival.
Definitely.
They will come here and watch the Osun Osogbo. They will come and watch the Argungu. They want to see Pokiti or Atalogu dance in the east. They want to see the Akombi in the Efik culture.
That's true.
That is something we are getting wrong. Okay, that is the one that concerns us, apart from the security and the infrastructure of the country. So if Nollywood can say this and write some things, like you see in some Cuban or Brazilian culture, which they are borrowed from here,
Okay.
then we'll be moving our country's tourism.
And really that our culture is actually where it's a platform to actually promote tourism
Yes.
in our country, because you said something right now, and which I actually 100% agree with, that you will see a whole lot of tourists coming into our country to attend Oshun Oshobo festival. They want to see, okay, because those things are new to them,
Yeah.
and they really want to know how it happened,
Yes.
and everything, and which will actually boost our tourism in this country, and at long run boost our economy in the country also. Then talking about culture again, because I think to a reasonable extent, I feel that I might be wrong, but I feel that to a reasonable extent that the movie industry are not really promoting our culture. Am I wrong?
You're quite right.
So
Well,
what
not-
can
not
we
really.
do
Well,
to
listening to what I just said now, if we can write more about our culture, and stop putting down our culture in our stories, I tell you something that I said in the papers some few years ago, and it was misconstrued for a long time.
Okay.
I said, I am not against polygamy.
Okay.
You don't want to know how much it was spread and what was built and image built around me for saying that statement. Okay. But then there are some of us whose great grandparents or grandparents had 5, 6 wives, and these people are happy together. Okay. But what is the effect of this this part of the culture, and what is the effect of changing it now? So we write about these things, not always saying it is the wrong thing. Somebody will have quarrels, or they are facing a kind of mystical problem. You must bring somebody on that just walking and say, I see a vision in you. You must wear white garment. I must,
Yeah.
We're right. This writer probably followed a mom to a spiritualist somewhere last night. But so that doesn't mean there's nothing about ours, nothing good about ours.
Good, yeah.
It doesn't mean there's nothing good about ours. Oh, well, that's not so. Why are white people coming today? White scholars coming to learn the Ifa?
Yeah.
Why are they studying the Ifa divination? And most of them don't even know the difference between a Babalawo or a Daunche, or the priest or the spiritualist,
Yeah.
or the diviner. They don't even know the difference in these things. But we're trying to teach it.
Okay, the program is still the Spotlight, and you're on to Pep Radio Ibadan. Okay, now the studio line is going to be open in case you want to call to ask our guest a question, or you have any contribution on the program today. You can call right now. The number to call is 0705 153 5081. 0705 153 5081. That's the number to call to be part of a program today. Okay, let's continue. All right, I have seen you, like I said earlier when we started, that you feature in Yoruba movies and
Yes.
also in English movies, English-speaking movies. What would you say is the relationship? Would you say there is a cordial relationship between the Nollywood Yoruba and the English Nollywood?
Well, Nollywood is one.
Of course.
There's Yoruba sect of it,
Yeah.
and there's the English sect of it. Okay, and a lot of people in the English side of it also participate in the Yoruba, and likewise, vice versa.
Vice versa.
Yeah. So of course there's cordial relationship, but because of the diversity of our culture, that's where you see the ANTP, the TAMPAM, then the
Yeah.
AGN, the NANTAP, And so, which actually have been part of the history of how this thing started. Okay. I don't know if we're going to that today in this program. So yes, it's interwoven.
Oh, okay. So you would say that there is a cordial relationship between.
Yes.
Okay, and also I also discovered that I would want to ask you. Now you're a role model to a whole lot of people in the industry and even outside the industry.
I am blessed.
Yeah, but for you, while you were coming up, before you got to where you are today, did you have people you probably looked up to, like, okay, this person motivates me, this person is doing a good job, I think I want to be like this person? Or
I want to be like, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But do I have those that influenced me that actually, and I love watching, that yes. Some have passed on, some of you are still here.
Okay.
Because I'll quickly give you a bit. I was already living in the United States when I came back to Nigeria, and I watched the likes of Larry Williams. I think he's still alive, Uncle Larry Williams.
Okay.
He should be in his late 70s now. And I watched them speak. And they take seriously to what they call enunciation. You broadcasters should understand that. Well, unfortunately, it's almost zero in broadcasting today. I'm sorry. Pronunciation, enunciation, your diction, and then the likes of the late Sam Loco.
Okay.
I usually call them my teachers. They never taught me in school, but I call them my teachers. And while I was doing my stuff in the States, I watched Brosolu's thing in England. It was not in Nigeria then, but he was doing movies in the UK.
Okay.
I've watched few of the movies I was able to see. I listened to them. So I learned from those people. But do I have someone I want to be like? We didn't have the opportunity. Because while I was coming, there was no upcoming actor. There was nothing like upcoming. You're either an actor or you're not an actor.
Compared to what we have today.
What we have today. There's no, give me just one or two roles, I'm just upcoming. There was nothing like upcoming. You get there for audition, they throw you a script, you read it, if you're not okay, they laugh at you. Because you say, I call somebody else. But thank God for it today.
Yeah. Okay, wait, sorry, sir, we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Hello,
I can hear you. What's your name?
This is I'm calling from Ogun State.
All right, let's have your contribution on the program.
Hello?
Yeah, let's have your contribution.
Oh, I want to commend our guest, Mr. Ajibola.
Okay.
I want to appreciate him for the good work he's doing. I'm always glad anytime I see him on screen.
Thank you.
He's doing a very, very good job. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
I commend your efforts, and I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thank you very much.
Well done, sir.
Thank you very much for calling.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right, so.
Yes, I was going to say, after this program, I will keep beating myself up if I miss out on two names at least.
Okay.
Like the late Justice Ozeri.
Oh.
Or the Uncle Jimmy Johnson of the village headmaster. Those are the ones we want to listen to them, and people of sorts, they were great actors who took the trade seriously and never behaved as if they can ever be bigger than the industry that makes you. Because we have that today a lot.
Yeah, and talking about Justice Siri, I think you guys look alike, kind of.
Well,
Probably because of the white birds. I think your white bread is like a signature.
Yeah, that's my brand.
Because people don't really, some people might not know your name, but when you say, "Oh, the man with the web," oh, really, I know him. I think it's actually a brand for you in the industry. Okay, let me ask this question. Now, in the industry, we have a lot of, there was a time I brought on this program the director of Nigeria Film and Video Censors Board, and we got talking about the rate at which we have the issue of censorship, the issue of piracy in the industry. But for now, I think a lot of movies really don't, they really, producers don't really produce on DVDs again. A lot of people want their movies to be online, to be on cable and all that. But still talking about the issue of censorship, because I watch some movies and I'm like, what exactly are we up to in this industry? Talking about the issue of subtitling, talking about the content that we put out. We know that to a reasonable extent, you need to interpret your role quite all right, but still, because we are in a sane community and there are some things that our culture does not permit us to do. But you see some movies that, oh God, even movies that are rated 18, sometimes you watch them with your teens at home and you're embarrassed as to what you watch there. What exactly do you think is responsible for this? Because I feel there is nobody, a body now that is looking out for those things, looking out for content, looking out for, okay, this thing is not supposed to be in your movie and all that, because everyone just feels I can come and produce my movie. It is my money, it is my story, so I could push it out there. So what exactly can you say about this?
It would be unfair to Nollywood if you think this is peculiar to Nollywood. What about other channels? What about other foreign movies you bring here? Foreign series that air on your TV. So it still boiled down to what is our broadcasting body doing to control the contents.
Okay.
Because now you're talking about the locally produced contents.
Yeah.
What about the contents that are brought in? That at least our culture even demands some courtesy sometimes.
Yeah.
This stops us from doing some things, which is why I think people from the north who are mostly Muslims want to start something called Collywood, which is unfortunate.
Oh, God.
If this is one country, but that's they have that reason. So the government has more to do. Now talk about census board. The same problem we have in the politics of running Nigeria is also the problem we have in running every aspect of this country. Man, no man. Religious preference. Because I have seen a situation where somebody on the census board, we happen to sit across from each other, don't have a clue. I had to remind this my good friend that, listen, I'm not just an actor. Okay. There's some of us whose God's given gifts and studies goes beyond acting. Like we read, I study mass media. What I study is how to run a production home, radio station, TV station, a film house, and all that. So we need to put the right people in right position.
That's right.
There are some movies or home videos you watch on TV. You're like, how did this get on TV? That is one thing. You were talking about, is the government doing enough on how? See, if our government really want to boost this industry, it is not just the money. There are some things that we do that I try to advocate all the time, either against or for, is that the industry is so large. There is space for everyone. But listen to this. A lawyer will come to the industry. He or she wants to be an actor. An accountant come to the industry. He wants to be in front of the camera. But guess what? Most of us, up till now, the movies I did 10 years ago, somebody just cut into series and just start selling. I'm not making any more money. We have a problem with royalties. we're having problems in writing laws to help these actors so that after so many years they don't get old and die without having money in their wallet.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we have.
These lawyers, they study all this thing in school, and to write something and say, okay, I'm interested in this industry. Let's push this law. You make money from it. One other thing. One of the reasons why Funle Afolayan is a successful movie producer and director is because he understands banking. He knows how to get the money out. So you see, my brothers and sisters, or my children, they go through, school. They come to you, Daddy, I have interest. What did they study? Business administration or business admin. Okay, it's a good course. Why don't you set up a situation where a producer can come to you and so you can do a feasibility studies for them, on the market research for them, and they have to pay. Or you're an accountant. Okay, you did accounting. There's no job, so I want to try this Nollywood of the thing. When I hear that, it makes my heart bleed. There are a lot of them there. They want to produce good movie, but they don't have money. And you get to the bank, you don't understand the language the bank needs for you to borrow money. So why don't you set up a firm as an accountant or a finance manager and say, bring your script. We will look into it. If we're sure it's going to make money, I'll present to the bank. When I get this loan out, this is my percentage. But they all want to be a star.
They want to be known.
But you can be a star in your own field. A young lady just came to me in a movie we just finished not long ago now. Very brilliant lady. She did structural engineering. She came to me as a writer. I saw what she wrote and said, okay, you are teachable. But what did you study? When he told me that, I said, oh my God. Do you know the basic things we need in industry are still imported? Even tracks, dolly. So what are our engineers doing? I bet we still import these things.
Definitely.
Why can't we fabricate this in Nigeria? And these people are brilliant.
Of course.
We can do all these things. So the industry is there for you. Please come and help build industry. So if the government want to put money in this industry, create such forum.
Yeah.
Let's stop importing these things. If a high school boy can create a motorized vehicle, he probably can create a video camera.
Yeah, if he has the resources.
So this is what we're talking. That's what I was saying. The government is putting money, but it's misplaced. So let's do the right thing.
So we have pointed out the problem right now.
Yes.
But like on the program I had this morning, I said something that in this country we are quick to make laws, but when it comes to implementation and enforcement, we are not there. So we have pointed out the problems. What would be your recommendation to the industry, most especially? Let's even leave the government out of it right now. Let's talk about the industry. What would be your recommendation? Because really, if things keep going on like this, it's probably the labor of our heroes past might be affected. So what do you think? What would be your recommendation to people in the industry?
Well, I'm sure as I was talking, because I hardly ever just make complaints without immediately giving what I think we should do. As I was talking, I was also saying that this is what we should look for when we produce our movies. Our movies should be able to portray a right image for our country, for our people, and then to help the community. I'll pick an example that I've not mentioned before. Insurance in Nigeria is almost zero, or 0.000 something. That's because we don't understand it. And there are people studying insurance. We have writers, we have producers. Why don't we produce something that will help the people understand, the ordinary market woman understand that this your tomatoes that is getting spoiled when you bring the lorry come, you can insure it. You can have insurance.
Hello? Got insured. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
my name is Sixi.
Sorry, come again.
Hello, my name is Sixi.
Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Akwete.
Okay, let's have your contribution.
Yes, I want to talk to Mr. Ajibola Dabor. I want to tell him that thank you very much, sir, for your time on screen. We enjoyed all the plays you did. They were very interesting. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sweetie.
And
Thank you.
so we really hope to see more of you in new movies.
Okay.
What is see your white beard plenty times, sir?
Okay. Thank you so much. You will see more of it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Stay blessed and stay safe.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, bye.
So we need to do more of the things that will elevate our culture, and also look towards because when you produce a movie, it is not just the actors and actresses or the crewmen that get paid. When you are in that community, the mamala kara on that corner is selling. The shumka, the person, the pure water seller is making money. We are employing anything from 30 to 100 people at any time to produce one movie.
Wow, that's huge.
It's huge, So that's what is there.
Okay. The program is still the Spotlight, and you're on to Pep Radio Ibadan. And on the program today, we have our guests, Mr. Ajibola Dabor, the man with the white birds. Okay, so you've been hearing from our guests since the beginning of the program, and we have just, oh my God, I don't even know that the time has gone like this. We have just 3 minutes to the end
when
of the
you're
program.
having fun,
really?
Time goes fast.
Really, I didn't know the time is fast spent like this. Okay, let's just wrap up the program because the program is going to come up 11 a.m. Well, let's just wrap up this way. I want you to give because you are a veteran in the industry. You've been around for a long time, and you have a lot of experience, and you have faced a lot of challenges. You have overcome. You have, successes and all that. So I want you to encourage with your experience. People say that when you have white beards, it's all about experience and all that. And it's all about wisdom. So I want you to just give your final words to our listeners, the people in the industry, upcoming. Okay, before that, let's just pick this final call for the program. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ajibola from New Garage.
Okay.
Is that Pep FM?
Yeah, you're on to Pep FM. Let's have your contribution in the program.
I just want to say kudos to the presenter.
Oh.
We are really, really enjoying your show over here.
Thank you very much.
And also to our guest speaker, he's doing a great job.
Thank you.
All right, thank you
More
very
power
much.
to your help, sir. May the Lord continue to strengthen you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
Stay blessed.
Have a
Okay, so like your final words to people in the industry, your children in the industry, upcoming artists and producers in the industry, and also people that have been there for a long time right now.
Well, I just say to my colleagues, my younger, older colleagues, that let's try to do the right thing. I know money is important to us right now, but let's don't make the money aspect alone the major thing. Let's continue what we're doing. Let's look for good contents so we can compete with these foreign contents because they are pushing us out of the market now.
That's right.
And then let's try and get back to where we're supposed to be.
All right. Thank you very much once again for coming on the program. It's a huge privilege having you on the program today.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, okay, so that's what we're going to be wrapping it up on the program today. Don't forget to join us next week, Thursday, on the program The Spotlight, as I bring to you another interesting content on the program. Okay, so I'll be saying my goodbyes on the show today, and I'll see you tomorrow on Pep Morning Show. Do have for yourself a beautiful day. I am Debby Oluchi. Good morning.
This is PEP Radio for quality entertainment, education, enlightenment, and information. Log on to our website on www.pepradio.com or download our app on Google Play Store. PEP FM Radio, enlightening the myriad populace. This is PEP Radio for quality entertainment, education, enlightenment, and information. Log on to our